What is up, everybody? I'm NoLucksGiven, back with some more Hearthstone Battlegrounds, and I am trying a new thing where I'm just going to speed up the first few turns of this game, and then it will turn into live commentary here. And I'm also trying to play for tempo now more, and I think that's going to serve me a little bit better. I'm not exactly sure what I should do this turn though with the Voon hero power. Probably don't want to use it on the banana, but we'll see. It looks like I grabbed the museum mummy. Do I want to make a copy of that to have two skeletons? That's interesting. And then the Scallywag's a little bit more powerful, but how does the Busker work on the econ here? That would give me 7 gold next turn. So I feel like that would give me too much extra gold. So let's just buy the Scallywag. This also provides stats, which is interesting. But let's just go for Scallywag here, I think, because I don't think I'm going to need this extra gold next turn. And want to make use of Voon here, obviously. So going to hang on to this mummy, even though it doesn't seem like it's super useful, just because I'll run out of space on the board if I find another copy of this mummy. We are just barely not strong enough that we wind up losing here, which is unfortunate. Also, I'm not sure if there are... this player might be disconnected. Yeah, they have not played a single minion, so they probably are. And now I'm actually thinking that I might just level up and grab this careful investment here. Yeah, that seems fine, because we can still play a ton of characters by throwing down all of these mummies. Let's maybe do something like this. And I think I should still just be using my bananas at every opportunity. Seems fine to me. So yeah, I'm thinking about just like not doing commentary for the first turn or so of the game, because there's not really like that much to say, or like I wind up repeating myself. This time I do have some stuff to say. One, saying that we're going to be going through on fast forward at the beginning parts of this lobby, but also there was a patch to Battlegrounds this week, which I think changed some of the minions, and I know had a small rebalancing for some trinkets, and then Guff got buffed, but overall no like huge ramifications of this new patch, and we are just barely going to avoid a tie there as well. Unfortunate combat RNG. Oh, you know what? I did not put on sound here, but now it's on. Nerubian Death Swarmer. We've got a bunch of what are these called? Undeads. There's also an Eternal Knight here. I'll probably grab this. I don't think I grab Eternal Knight though, because like we'll maybe want to try to triple this skeleton. That could be cool. This is a lot of stats across the board. What else can we do? What other fun stuff can we get into? Xylo Bones is not synergistic at all. We can maybe sell out of Scallywag if we find something fun. No. Nothing really. I mean, I could still sell out of Scallywag for Natural Blessing. It's probably fine. It's a lot of stats. And do I just keep pumping this just to stay up on tempo? Probably. I think that was a decidedly unimpressive turn. Next turn we get the Trinket. Following turn we get Upbeat Harmony though, so maybe we'll see where we can go from there. The types this game are Elementals, Mechs, Pirates, Krillbore, and Undead. Not sure which of those I care to build around the most, but there's some powerful options there. And I think I just watched a video where Dog played pirates. I don't have a huge, like, pirate presence. I'm obviously much more in the undead camp right now, which might give me a... Ooh, okay. I was going to say it might give me a undead-related trinket, but Goldenizer Supply is what Dog used in the video, and it seemed pretty cool. Start of combat, get and summon a random pirate. It attacks immediately. It's really cheap because of this. But I don't know. I think Goldenizer Supply is just always good. I like the Goblin Wallet and Bobblehead as well, but this gives you like a win condition as well as some tempo in a few turns. Not immediately, but eventually gives you some tempo. This turn we do get Upbeat Harmony, but I might also want to go for the Planar Telescope. And we can do this while we do this and maybe find a noob. Well, that's pretty good. There's also a Mummifier, but I mean, I feel like I have to just go for an early a noob here. And then do I go for the... I need to get rid of this big banana. Where do I throw it? Do I throw it on Handless and Lock? Possibly. Because I think I'm going to get rid of this pretty soon here. I'll just throw it here, sure. I think this opponent is not actually in the game, so it's not... Oh wait, this is Mukla too? Oh no, Mukla's here. I was gonna say, did they choose Mukla and then just stop playing? But no, looks like they eventually started playing here. They're playing Automaton Portrait, which did get nerfed, so I'm glad that I got to try that in my first game of the season and see what... Well, the Automaton got nerfed. The Portrait stayed the same, but same difference there. And now we will start getting in some big bananas. I will buy this, and I'll roll here. See if we can make something else happen. Disguised Grave Robber plus Bonehead would allow me to find a triple. That's probably worth playing for. I have to sell out of either the Mummy or another skeleton. I also don't have to do this right this second. Maybe I should have held on to one more of my things on the board. Because, yeah, just hanging on to this Mummy... Oh, you know what? I can still play this guy. That's fine, then. Okay, this gives me a decent amount of power, then, because I don't want to use this hand if I'm potentially going to Grave Robber and need to make some room here soon anyways. But it looks like the move might be to, like, sell off both of these mummies and then turn this Bonehead into bones. So that way it triples, it gives me another skeleton, and then the idea would be level up so that I could potentially find a tier 6 by doing this play. Don't need to rid myself of this banana right this second, but if I can find a good tier 6 and then goldenize it, like if I can get KT early, well, that's obviously really sweet. Otherwise, just like a cool build-around card seems good. I'll throw in a roll here too, because why not? But I'm not going to be making use of anything else in this shop. I feel pretty strong, though, I have to say. Oh, the other thing that I can do is I can use Voon to double the Goldenizer or to double my tier 6 character. So I might first use it to double up on the Goldenizer. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff that can happen there. Oh, I actually get owned this fight just because of a Divine Shield, I suppose. Still going to trade off these with some elementals and things, but we'll take 6. I suppose that's not the worst place to be in the world. Maybe I could have gotten a little bit stronger, though. Might need to get a little stronger here.
Rough battle. Pick yourself
And
back up and turn it
yeah,
around.
definitely some angles to be a little bit stronger now for sure with the Caretaker and the Risen Rider to replace some space on this board. But first, I think I go for this.
Shiny. Me.
And this works out perfectly to 7 units on the board, so I think we start there and see if this gives me KT per chance. Nice. So now I have the option, do I want a second KT, or do I just want to immediately get this in and gold it? I could start making more things with the Bonehead as well. I think I want to get this KT on the board as soon as possible, though, just to make sure I am playing some strong Battlegrounds here. Could sell off both of these things to pick up the Caretaker and the Risen Rider.
It's not the strongest, but it'll fight.
We're going to give all bananas to KT. And then I think I just fill out this board with whatever makes sense. Whatever other assortments of donuts go in this collection. And I think that this is a pretty strong start. Currently giving my undead. So right now it only destroys the undead to the left. But next turn I'll be able to golden it and do left and right. And I will probably do that because the upbeat harmony is going to be off
I think you
beat
can win
here.
this thing.
Wait, no, yeah, so the upbeat harmony... Okay, sorry, it's confusing, but the upbeat harmony will be this turn. I was trying to think, did I just get it last turn, or when did that happen? But I could make a copy of this Goldenizer now, just selling off this skeleton, right, to make some room on the board. That could be good, but I also want to get as strong as I can as soon as I can. And I don't want to, like, I want to make sure I'm playing tempo. With Goldenizer Voon, I feel like I have the inevitability. I feel like I'm in control here, and I don't have to do anything crazy, and I will win this game. 3 gold, Titus, and double the health of your Tituses. I don't know what doubling the health of my Tituses does. I mean, it lets them stick around for longer. Yeah, you know what? This is awesome. This is awesome, for sure. There is also another Grave Robber, which I always want to get. And you know what? I might be able to pull off the combo that Dog had in his video as well. After you buy a card, your next refresh costs 0. This is insane. Skibbity Toilet Hunter. Give a random friendly minion Wind Fury, Divine Shield, and Taunt. That could also do a lot to... This only eats undeads, right? Yeah, does this only destroy undeads? Yes, it does. So this isn't that great. So let's just pick up the Toilet Hunter. And... Upbeat Harmony, do I want a copy of the Goldenizer? I think that I do, because being able to make Titus Golden and KT Golden, I think is now enough of a payoff that I'm into it. So let's throw in the Handless, right?
I got it.
Pick up a Grave Robber, and then I've got 2 more rolls to potentially find another Titus, but probably just rolling for fun here. And I'll go bananas on... Actually, I'm going to save bananas for Titus now, since it doubles end of turn. That'll stack up if we can get a little bit more stats on it. Next turn, the question is, with a double Death Rattle, what am I going to Grave Rob? And I think I'm going to wait until I can give my whole board a bunch of undead. And go for that. Blade Collector, definitely my nemesis, and I really set myself up terribly for that. That is unfortunate. Oh, I'm going to lose and take big damages here. I might take damage cap because I really ordered my stuff incorrectly there. So that's unfortunate. We can trade with one more thing unless we attack another brand. Yeah, okay. I'm taking damage cap. This one's on me, but we will be able to really quickly get our stuff out of hand here. I'm going to cut the Bonehead, I believe.
I've got some fresh recruits for you.
And I'm going to look for the ability to make my whole board reborn. Reborn it is.
You down a minion and up a
So I think I actually need to cut the Risen Rider or the Caretaker. Oh, I might need to cut both to give everything else undead.
The scourge will consume you.
We're making this gold because I need Titus to be in play when I use the Grave Robber. Which means I just need to cut 2 of these things now. So what do I want more, the Caretaker or the Handless Forsaken? This seems harder to scam. Let's do this. Okay, so that gives 3 things undead. Great. Maybe the Anoobs all having undead is almost too much, though. Let's see. I might just want Leroy just to make sure I am staying strong. I could, if I take Leroy, then can I also afford to take this thing? Probably don't want to do that. Let's just take Leroy. It's a fine thing to end on. Though, you know what? All of this other stuff is better. Oh, yeah, and then he played a Drakari.
Pray for mercy.
And he kind of went crazy with that, too.
Here's a gold for the trouble.
So I think this is basically what Dog Dog did. Except I am... I needed to move the Mummifier in, because I'm going to eat up these Anoobs and not have space to resummon them. Which is awkward. But I did just make my shops a lot, or my undeads a lot bigger, but I should have given the rest of my board undead. I wasn't fully thinking all of this through. They're going to chest set here. My health getting reduced to 1. Don't bottom me. But yeah, I definitely could have made this a little bit more optimized. I think this is still fine, though. I think that we've got enough stats here with all of these undeads that we battle through these automatons without too much issue. Alright, alright. And I've given my undeads a lot more stats now. When you start, like, Battlegrounds content, I definitely feel like, especially not having played for a few seasons, there's a lot of just, like, interactions that I'm not super aware of that watching content really helps prepare me for. That was a huge mistake, though. I basically just removed Reborn from both of my Anoobs for very little value. So hopefully this fixes it. We could pick up a Risen Rider just to have and to hold. It actually might be good to get rid of this Anoob, unless I can triple it, of course. Get a Magnetic, it lasts 3, and then another Baron. Death Rattles trigger another time, another one. This is like, eventually I want this. And I can Titus it. Huh. I don't think I'm going to, like, fully recreate what Dog Dog did. But I mean, another Titus seems pretty cool. So yeah, let's try this out for a second. Let's throw a big banana on Titus before it doubles. That's probably always good practice. I do think I'll have to cut this Drakari Enchanter here pretty soon, but what's going to happen now is a Noob dies and then Mummifier dies. 3 things get Reborn, which should be like this, this, and this. Then this dies, loses Reborn, but then Mummifier gives it back Reborn again. Of the leftmost card, oh, Drakari gave me double Goldenizer, and Drakari will also give me double Upbeat Harmony. Wow, okay, so there is another huge incentive to keep on Drakarian. But the Rivendare portrait is start of combat, so that won't really stick. But it'll still be good to give it permanent stats, so that way it can stick around for maybe an extra second. Not going to happen this time. I do think we grab a win here, though, because I think my opponent only has 1 Divine Shield, and now all of my undeads can trade 1 for 1, except for right here, but I'll get a 2 for 1 there. So we're looking good. Oh, that's a perfect way to pop a bubble as well, and we will... So the if you haven't seen this dog video, because you're a NoLucksGiven content enjoyer, that's more your speed. The goal here is there's one specific buddy that's an undead and has a death rattle give something else my stats.
Nice work out there.
And if you can buddy up into that, that is kind of insane. Okay. I do think it is a tier 5 thing. There's a chance it's a tier 6, and so I'm missing it. What else would I potentially even want? Everything's reborn, so I don't need this, but I'm also not really gaining value from KT at this point. So, because KT is just resetting my undeads in a weird way. I'm not sure exactly what I even want right now, but I do think tripling a noob is a start. Yeah, sure. I don't see why not. Sell out of this. I need to sell out of Leroy, I think, here too. I'll play this, then buy this so that I get a free refresh. And none of this helps me, but I'll keep rolling here.
The light has left this place.
Wow, another Titus? See, I don't know. I don't know exactly what I want to be doing right now. That's fine. But basically, this is just going to be able to give both of these things reborn, which I think is fine. Even if it only happens once, because I just have the one Titus. Blade Collector's big and a little bit awkward, but it'll still give me 3 hands here. And maybe the Mummifier will be able to do something. Maybe it won't be. But like if they attack into any of these hands before the Mummifier dies, then... Okay. So, kind of got a little bit boned there. But as long as we kill these Blade Collectors before they get to attack again... It's fine though, right? No. Okay, 1 health remaining on that Blade Collector, which is annoying, especially because we have this banana in hand that, like, maybe could have been the difference. But I think that points to us being, like, pretty close to doing it and getting it done here. We can sell off Risen Rider for literally anything, and it will be better. I locked this, but what about Morose here? I've got Morose plus Grave Robber. Oh, wait, no, this is the combo. Yeah, wait a second. Yeah, so what does this do?
Let's show our guests a good time.
Oh, but these aren't undead. That's the trick. That's why this is awkward, but still, this has got to be great.
Let's show our guests a
Yeah,
good
that's a lot of stats. It might not have been that good, but this still has Reborn. If I do this, I'll give it Reborn again. So it's probably all right. Albeit a little bit wild for sure. I need to give these things Taunt, I think. Does this immediately give me a magnet? No. End of turn gives me a magnet. Oh, this is probably good enough that I want to throw this in again now too, right?
Let's show our guests a good time.
I'm going to use this to reset my Reborns here, I think. And I'm just going to grab a Drakari Enchanter while we are up against the Ghost. I don't think I've put together, like, the ideal board here. But I feel like maybe I can throw Drakari Enchanter in, cut the Mummifier, and actually do something pretty powerful still. cut the Mummifier, or maybe I just cut one of my Tituses. Maybe I don't need 3 golden Tituses, unfortunately. And I'll get a Goldenizer at the end of this turn to make a golden Drakari Enchanter. But I probably do need more undeads on this board. The benefit of the buddy that I was talking about is it doesn't just pump up undeads, it pumps up anything. But if we find the buddy, we'll be able to immediately give it a bunch of stats. So I guess I'm rolling for the buddy now. And taunt.
Nice work out there. Keep
Oh, but
up the
here's
pressure.
another Morose. But I don't need another Morose. I already have 2 of them. Does another KT work? Yes, it does, because I actually need to reset these Reborns, possibly? Yeah, I mean, I have no clue what I'm doing, to be totally clear. But I think I might need to reset all of my Reborns because KT might eat the Reborns. Let's take this just in case. It's a undead. So it could be good to have it. Here's a taunt. Why did I want the taunt? So that my Tituses didn't die. There's also a Drakari and another KT. Huh.
It's good to get some
These are
minions in
interesting because they build towards triples and then I won't have to wait for another Goldenizer. So let's buy both of these.
play. That'll do some damage.
I am certainly not playing this ideally. But let's just, like, give this thing taunt.
Wanna see the voodoo I do?
Let's big banana here. Taunt here. Is this the pirate player? Yeah. I think this is going to be fine, but I really have no clue what I'm doing. Do I put this here because that way both KTs can kill it? Probably. Because this is the golden one. It's awkward that I taunted this one then. But I think this might be okay here still.
You can win this.
This is definitely wild. But we're going to do this twice, and hopefully this provides enough Reborns. Maybe I should have started with... Oh, no, I can't, because I'm going to kill this thing first, which means I want to kill this thing last so that it can give me some Reborns before we head into the combat. Alright, how much stats did I get, and why do I only have 1 Reborn? Oh, I did lose my taunt, but that's fine. Okay, and they're on the full pirate summon comp here. Start of combat, give your other pirates death rattle, make an attacking pirate. But my guys are pretty big. I don't know why I only have 1 Reborn, though. That's kind of worrying to me. Go here. Unfortunate, we lose our Titus here now attacking in. But I think we still always win this, right? Yeah. And this is a lot of damage. This is 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 4. That's 22. Is that right? So one other thing's going to die. If it attacks into this or this, though, then yeah, nothing else dies. And now we're in the finals, I think. Okay. So, oh yeah, I got 2 Goldenizers because of Drakari. So I didn't need to buy another Drakari because I can always just make both of... Wait, can I just make everything gold, though? Yeah, I guess potentially a Drakari triple still allows me to use my Goldenizer on something else here, though. Because I do have a few non-golden things. This isn't golden. Alright, if we get the buddy... No. Dang. Okay. I'll take this because maybe we'll be able to make the buddy golden if we find another copy of it. Could use this to make this golden. I don't even know what that does for me. Resummons an exact copy. That might not be bad, but I'm a little short on gold. So let's just roll here. Which is a different minion of the same type. It could help me find a KT. These currently don't have Reborn, which is awkward. I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing here. But I think we just do this and hope that it all manages to come together. I'm going to get 2 copies of Drakari Enchanter end of turn, which certainly not exactly what I'm looking for. But I don't want to sell off of this board. I just want to keep on playing this board. So hopefully these Moreaus, each one gives my undeads plus 2. Oh, I see what happened. This went twice, but then this should go twice. Oh, maybe the first one gave this Reborn. That is where we can miss. Yeah, I need that to give something else Reborn. Because this Reborn is going to reset. And then this comes back and always gives this Reborn. Oh, but then it happens again. Okay. But then it always gets Reborn again. Sure. Yeah. I don't know what happened last time, but this time it looks like it all sorted itself out. We're going to have... Oh, yeah, it triggers 3 times. So I get a whole bunch more Drakari Enchanters. My opponent has a huge Blade Collector. It takes out the Titus, but you know what? It also doesn't steal that much of my stats. So that could be good for me. As long as this Mummifier hangs around and gets a little bit of extra value. Okay, yeah, just a tiny bit. Just the smallest amount, but... Is this enough stats? No. Okay, now I'm just looking at the stats here. This is never enough stats. So I get second, but I still feel like we managed to put together something kind of crazy this game, even if my opponent just out-Blade Collectored me. What did they do? They had, a bunch of Blood Gems, making a bunch of big stuff. Pirate, Quillbore, pretty cool, but... I did some cool stuff this game too, so I'm not feeling too bad about it. But for today, that's going to be it for me. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm NoLucksGiven. Peace.